Hello, mic check, mic check. All right, we are live with another episode of Effortless Facebook Ads. Today, I have an idea of what I'm going to build, but as usual, I'm going to go to ChatGPT to help me out. So first, I'm going to start with just some B2B niches. Start with some B2B niches. Let me share my screen. 1 second. And we're going to build this campaign from scratch. How about that? All right, what's some B2B mainstream niches? Baby mainstream niches, sales, HR, accounting, project management. For SaaS HR? I think SaaS HR is good. Payroll HR. All right. So let's do a B2B campaign for human resources toward targeting SaaS companies. All right. So let's see. Best human resources companies. What are the top companies? All right. So now we're looking for some top human resources companies so we can do some investigation. Top HR companies, ADP, Paychecks, Insperity, TriNet, Staffing, Recruiting, Randstad, Adecco, Paychecks. So these are for like payments, Paychecks, ADP usually. Randstad is hiring, staffing and recruiting. So let's just look up these companies and we'll go to the ads library. Let me share. Y'all can't see my screen. Hold on. Let me share my screen really quick. Hold on. All right, let's share the ads library. Now you should still be able to see the ads library. If you have questions, just let me know in the comments. All right. So this is on duck clean. I must have been searching something else, but let's go to human resources. Got to do the research first. Human resources, anti-sex trafficking. See, this is the nonsense that this is nonsense. All right, let's get out of here. And give me, let me share my screen again. Their website URLs. See if they're running some ads. All right, we got ADP, Paychecks. Let's go to that. Insperity, TriNet. Now for the staffing companies. Instead, recruiting. So let's see what their main service offering is so we can create a better answer. If you question to find, we'll help you find the perfect HR and payroll solution. Login support, retirement, workers' comp. What about Randstad for employer, talent services? So some of these do hiring, some of them are doing pay checks and payroll. So I'm thinking that we can outsourcing built for small and mid-sized businesses. Let's see if Trinet's running any ads. I like that language. All right, paste Trinet HR. There we go. Meta, you need to do something about these terrible book author ads. All right, Trinet. Let's see what Trinet has. 2026 compensation planning is already underway, and the window to get it right is closing fast. Compensation budget pressures. This is way too corporate-y. This is way too corporate. 2026 compensation and equity trends. Let's see what the sign up looks like. The state of the workplace benefits, a virtual event series. Workplace benefits, a collection of fast-paced 30-minute conversations based on TriNet's latest research. Designed for trends. One. Okay, this can't be converting well. Each each form field that you add increases conversion rates or cost per conversion by 17%. So one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. They got two buttons. If they're registering for a webinar, I just want to do first name, email, maybe my work phone, maybe my address. Or not, excuse me, my website address. That's what I'm referring to. So instead, and especially with the times, it's hard to get people at the perfect time. Oh, this is like a series. Okay, okay, okay. Series not bad. Still, this is a hard conversion. These conversions have to be expensive, but maybe they're considering that, they want qualified leads, so they'll pay more for them. But these leads have to cost a ton. I mean, these ads aren't very engaging. It's, not how to do something, it's just a review, like information. Information I might be able to catch on ChatGPT. 40%. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna redo. Should we redo this series on TriNet? We're gonna do two things. We're gonna redo this series campaign, like if we were doing it for TriNet, and then we're going to build just a regular lead gen campaign. All right, that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna rebuild this TriNet campaign. But before that, let me see if anybody else has anything interesting in the ad library. TriNet, Adecco, Adecco staffing, hiring now, hiring seasonal assemblers. All right, what do you guys think I should do? You think I should do a hiring ad? We'll do the hiring ad for the lead gen because small business owners need to hire. So let's redo this TriNet campaign with talent services. Yeah, we'll do a hiring campaign. All right, let's get rid of all this. Let's get rid of all this. Let me search one more. Let me search one more. Paychecks. Paychecks. Got any ads running paychecks? Of course you do. Oh, they got a video. Tax changes are here, but stress doesn't have to be. Watch our webinar to see. That doesn't have a button on it though. Headlines are noisy, but this webinar delivers clarity. Tax changes are here. So what in it and how it impacts your business? What's in your 2025 tax? Oh, the tax bill. I'm not following. New key changes. No, I don't deal with that. Payroll guide, payroll guide, payroll guide, payroll guide, HR compliance calendar. Okay. I think we're gonna go with TriNet. Their webinar series. Let's try to recreate something cool. All right, let's go back to TriNet. So we're gonna take the TriNet offer, and are all these ads for that? Yep. The state of the workplace. Employee engagement. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a full page screenshot of this. Then I'm gonna copy it, copy image, and I'm gonna paste it into, I have a creative GPT. So um, let's do this creative GPT. This is for a webinar series for TriNet. Which webinar do you think will be most engaging for Facebook ads? So instead of trying to target the whole series, we're going to target a specific topic. Where's the page? Right here. All right, let's see what events we got. Significance of benefits, beyond status quo, empowering employees, work-life balance and retention, closing the perception gap. I like retention. Employee engagement, bringing perception gap, career development, empowerment, closing the confidence gap, AI and HR opportunities and risk. State of small business employee benefits, key findings. That was yesterday or 2 days ago. I like retention because a lot of people have been talking about what is it, quiet quitting, and yeah, quiet quitting, and there's another term, but I can't think of it, what it is. And so I'm thinking that. Let's see what ChatGPT says. Let me close all these other windows. All right, employee engagement. Uh, I don't like this one. I like retention because it affects bottom lines. Retention because it can affect the team and it's expensive to hire. Let's see what the bot says. Your best team members that you're recruiting against training is cultural awesome and loud. This free TriNet webinar reveals how companies are silently losing talent and how to fix it before it's too late. Oh, I like that. I didn't ask you for initial ad copy, but this creative GPT is programmed for ad copy, so that's why it just spit it out without me asking. I like this. $17,000 per the hidden cost of burnout. 70. I like that. All right. So let me open my um, Facebook ads and rebuild this campaign. Share my screen. Let's stop sharing over here and let's share over here. this window. All right. So let's create a new campaign. We're going to create a leads campaign. And what I'm going to do, since I don't think the landing page is super strong, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a lead form. People generally don't like lead forms, but lead forms can bring in quality leads faster, and it's just easier. I have a ton of success with them. So we're going to label this TriNet campaigns, campaign budget optimization. This is just negligible. They might be spending like 250 a day or something. All right. Next, new leads ad set. So we're going to go with instant forms, and our ad sets are going to be, let me see. We're going to further limit your reach our ads. We don't want everybody. We're going to create a few different ad sets for audiences just because sometimes B2B companies won't get the best results with broad campaigns. But so we are going to do a broad ad set, and then we're going to do multiple other B2B assets that we can utilize and see which one performs better. So that's what we're going to do. Further limit the reach of your ads. Continue. Now, let's see. First one we're going to do is small business owners. Small business owners. Small business owners. All right. And you're going to go to include custom audiences. No, excuse me, not custom audiences. Detailed demographics. All right. Small business owners. This is going to be a behavior. I like that. So we got small business owners, and then we're going to duplicate it like 4 more times. Click duplicate. We're going to do Facebook page admins for the instant form. Now, one thing, this says suggestion. You see how they kind of try to sneak in suggestion on here? Watch out for that, because you don't want the suggestion. You want the full targeting. So we have Facebook page admins because they're usually business owners. Facebook page admins, that's a behavior. And we'll go business page admins because it's less. We're targeting B2B. So we'll go business page admins, business page admins. Then in this hypothetical world, we will also do a customer list. So if you have that, and then you'll do customer lookalike. You do a lookalike, customer list, and small business owner customer, and then you'll do broad. So this will be a broad BRD. All right. Now we have the targeting. This will be broad, just all US. Everything. All right. So now we have the campaign set up and we have the ad set. So let's go to the ad. All right. The first thing that I like to use is your instant form. You will have website events set up. We got the page. You have an Instagram page. If you have one, we'll create an advertiser ad. So create the lead form. Now, with the TriNet ad, and I'll bring this over here so it'll be easier to reference. I wonder, do they charge for me clicking on those ads inside the ad library? I don't know. But for they're trying to add, it's general business. So typically you want to be more specific in your campaigns so you can get a better response. My recommendation for this, or what we'll do is we will focus on specific niches inside of the campaign. So we can target everybody, but it's just in different ways. So let's go with, I'm thinking SaaS. Let's go with SaaS first. All right. So let me share it this way. Let me double share my screen. Let me see. How does it work? All right. I think that's works like that. All right. So you should be able to see both of these now, or my screen. Yeah, something like that. Okay. Oops. All right. So let me go to a new chat over here and give give me three niches I can target for HR services. I am already using SaaS. Just list them. Don't give explanation. All right. Manufacturing, multi-location healthcare. Oh, I like healthcare. Five more. Let's see. Communication, construction. Let's do remote work. Fully remote SaaS companies, agencies, fintech. Fintech, kind of SaaS. But I think we can do SaaS and we can do healthcare. Healthcare, we can do that. And we'll do remote workers. So we'll do like a general remote workers for the quiet quitting. All right. So let's go back to the Creative GPT and we're creating some ad copy now. So for the form, let's actually create the copy first. All right. So let's go down to creative, add creative. Where? Come on, man. Let's do the copy. All right, SaaS, give me an ad, give me headlines specifically for a SaaS, specifically targeting SaaS companies. SaaS teams are burning out faster than ever. Here's how to stop it. I like that. Um, let's set up creative, image ad. Let's go with the text. All right, so we got the text over here. Paste. Here's how to stop it. Free webinar, fix your team's work-life balance before it's too late. Unlimited coffee. How fast-growing SaaS companies avoid culture collapse. I like that. Make it shorter. Boom. Retention in SaaS. Stop the silent resignation before they happen. Um, Shorter. SaaS teams are burning out. Learn how to fix it. And that's where I'm gonna go. So we'll go three headlines to avoid it. Avoid it. All right, avoid it. Okay, so now sign up. Okay. The hidden costs of burnout. All right, now give me the ad copy. SaaS company. Let's make this first one direct response. Stop losing your top devs. Your engineers aren't quitting for better pay. Don't like that one. SaaS teams love perks, but perks don't fix toxic hustle culture. You're scaling fast, but losing key talent just as quickly. It's time for a new strategy. Join Try Next Win. Webinar, learn why your team feels overwhelmed. If you think they're fine, the cost of replacing just one engineer. Culture doesn't scale unless you build it right. That's good. That's good for a first version. Paste. All right. Join our free webinar. SaaS teams love perks, but perks don't. Period. And not but losing, but don't want to lose talent from burnout. Join our free webinar on February 3rd. Our team feels overwhelmed, even if you think they're fine. The cost of replacing just one engineer. How to retain talent. I don't like these bullets. Okay. Uh, give me. I like the ad, but I don't like the bullets. They aren't punchy enough. Give me some Gary Halbert style ads. Bullets. No, don't rewrite the ad. Just give me bullets. Oh, I like this. Now, this might not be in the webinar, but it might be put in it, but this is hypothetical. So, the $84,000 mistake SaaS founders make after every funding round. Hotspot burnout. Oh, I like this one, but we'll say on Glassdoor. Bam. Why we were like, family is the fast way to lose your team. All right, let's see. Paste. All right. That's it's built right. Save my spot. Click the link below to join us. All right. That one's solid. That's a solid first version. Now, let me. It's my first live, so I was just checking the the stats. There's nobody here. All right. So next, let's do two versions. Do an ad with a statistic in the hook. Can't spell, but that's okay. They know what I'm talking about. Just give me statistic ideas, nothing else in a list. I like this one. Only 23% of SaaS managers recognize when their team is disengaged. 45% of SaaS man. Okay. I like this. Start with this as a hook and build the rest of the ad. Make it story based. Like I said, this one is programmed for specific stories, so it'll give me a decent story that we can edit. No, I don't want the headline. Can you use, you have a real example from society that works well too. I don't like the politics angle though. You'll get banned for that one. No, nothing about politics. Examples in a list, but don't write the ad. All right. Better.com, Uber, Bro Culture. Nope. I like better.com. Use the better.com example. Use, but better.com is not a SaaS though. Is better.com a SaaS? Better.com not SaaS. Yeah, it is a SaaS actually. Use the better.com example. Use the better.com example. All right. Hey, this is solid. Let's use this one. All right. So we got a little story in there that's real from a company that happened. Kind of eye-popping numbers with the 900 people. So I think that's a good hook. Move the M dashes so they won't think you say I. All right. Now we're gonna go here and they feel ignored. We want to break up the text so it's easier to read. Before our free webinar. Connecting or bridging the gap that's not personable. Connecting with employees before top talent burns out or Crowley walks away. Retention doesn't start with perks, it starts with listening. Click the link below to join us. Put the same thing below to join us. This is a very corporate message. It would be better if you had one of the leaders in the organization that made a talking head ad and then they wrote the primary text like it's from their perspective. Like if I was a team manager and I was talking in a one-on-one, like a conversational tone. That would be great. But these are two good examples for SaaS companies. You have your direct response, which is simple. You got some really strong bullets. And then you have a real life example that has a strong hook of something I didn't know about, but fired 900 people over Zoom. Seems crazy. In my mind, I actually think there's 900 people on Zoom and they got fired, but they probably fired them one by one, hopefully. But there's still a lot. So it's curiosity there with the first bullet. And then it goes in, it has a stat right there, and that's a good one. So that is good for our text. Don't apply any of these advantage AIs. Uh, I think this is good. So we have to choose the media. What I actually like to do is use a thumbnail style for images that's pretty easy. I use Foreplay to save cool stuff, to save cool ads, and I have these YouTube style thumbnails. Here's examples. This is like you get on YouTube. So there's a thumbnail, it has a headline, and the headline would be not the same exact headline that's in the text that's right here, but it will be something that's related. So it might be something like SaaS, uh, the SaaS culture cheat code. You might put that in the ad. No talent. I think I got a cheat code on it. The Loomis method cheat code. It'd be the SaaS culture cheat code in the ad. And then you just have a person that's looking straight at the screen. And then you have the headline. So that's the simple. I'm not going to create it in this video, and I'm terrible at graphic design, but this is the easiest and the fastest one you can get going because if you use this and you have different headlines, you can test a lot of different messaging and figure out which one works the best. So you could do something like the SaaS culture cheat code. You could do something like, uh, don't look, what was the one that we used before? Save 17K, the one at the top. Hold on. They're quietly quitting. Da, 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 da. What didn't it say something like 17K? The hidden cost of burnout, 17K per lost employee. I might put that 17K in its own headline or in its own image. So I might test that. These are two, so I'll put that in here too. Hold on. So we'll do these are two headlines that I am going to use in the images for the ads similar to YouTube thumbnails. Give me 10 more ideas. All right, why are teams quiet quitting? No, no, no. These aren't SaaS specific, but I might put SaaS unlimited PTO isn't working. But these are too long. Too long. Use Alex Hormozy. All right, let's see. Alex Hormozy style. Culture is cracking. They're already leaving. So you have the image on the headline that it can say they're already leaving, and then you have the ad itself, the headline is working with that. So they work together. So imagine SaaS teams are burning out faster than ever. Here's how to stop it. And then the image says they're already leaving. Quiet quitting equals you. Perch is not equal to retention. Out of touch. These work together in the headlines, and then you have a really good ad, and they'll get a lot of clicks. So that is what we're going to use. I think I had to add some type of media. I'll use my face for right now so I can just move on to the next step. All right, we got text. No, we don't want to use AI. Generate the CTA. These are fine. Translate text. Add overlays is fine unless you're brand sensitive. Adding music. I don't really worry about this stuff very much, but if you have a lot of red tape, then you might worry about it. Okay. Now we've got our ads and the now we have to work on our landing page. But I didn't say landing page. I said lead form, but I use the words interchangeably because the lead form is essentially your landing page. SaaS, focus, SaaS, one. I should use SaaS form. All right. So we're going to go for more volume, higher intent. This is a falsified higher intent. It's just an extra step that you have to read over. And if you like to change, if they want to change any more of their information, you could also require leads to verify their phone number, but I wouldn't do that first. I'd only do that if you were just having issues contacting people. In this case, it's a webinar, so the phone number is not as important. So I would just keep it on more volume for right now. Flexible form delivery. For this one, you want them to include all the questions. So here's the manual version so you can see all the stuff they'll adjust. Background image can be removed. Intros can be skipped, reordered, or shown in a different location. Those are all fine. You don't want any of your questions to be removed though. So I would you can turn this on, but keep all these checked. All right. Next. So those are good. Let's go to the next section. All right, your headline. Free webinar. We'll start with free webinar. And we'll go with that 17 headline for this one. So we'll go to 17. Where's 17? Actually, let's go to see what they said. Let's make it better. Learn more. Work-life balance and retention. Nobody really cares about this. What truly drives retention? Not just pay. Today's world. So they can market each one by themselves just with this, because this is just to the webinar, which is good, which is basically what we're doing, but in a lead form way. The problem is this is telling them information. It's not telling them how it's going to change their business. The features of the webinar, not really benefits on me as a business owner. Create. Let's go. Let's copy this. Let's go back in here. Give me headlines for my lead form based on this. Info. All right. Oh, no, no, no. I like this. Fix culture, keep talent before it's too late. Before it's too late. All right. All right. Now give me a description. Give me a description focused on loss and or pain. All right. Think your culture is working. A full description. These are just headlines. No, too long. Too long. I'll use this. I think it's fine. Not too big of a deal. This might even be a little bit too long, but all right. Yeah, this is way too long. You see that? That's too long. Two-liner. Give me a two-liner. We'll break down where offer 50B. There we go. And more. Wait, there's more. All right, next. Now, here's where the rubber meets the road. So, first off, I like to use questions, especially in a B2B context, because it can help you qualify the people who are coming in through the form and adjust. Never do lead form just their information because it's going to be a lot more difficult. Now, the first question I like to ask is with a short answer. Actually, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do a multiple choice. Which best describes you? So you could do owner, you could do C-level executive, you could do manager, you could do something like employee. Now, when people fill out the forms, maybe I'll be able to, I probably won't be able to show you in this one, but if you go to the lead center, you can qualify the leads and tell them which ones you want. So you can have these different options. The next question I would ask is website. They're already asking website there. That's fine. You can ask something like, what's your biggest pain point? Which best describes you is probably okay. Let me see what they actually asked. Let's go back to their 100 questions. Work email. We'll go to that in a second. Company, job title. Or you could use job title. Job title is probably an easier one than which best describes you. Job title, registration type. Oh my goodness. Which events in the series you want to attend? And then what's your biggest headache when hiring with retaining talent? Something like that. What's your biggest trying to retain talent? Talent. All right, so you don't need both, which best describes you in job title. You could just do job title. Um, and they'll have to do a short answer, which improves the quality. Multiple choice will make them go through it faster and they might not actually look. All right, so those are three good questions. You could ask something like company revenue. Um, you could ask social media handle, different things like that. But these are probably good. You can use two out of these three questions. All right, so let's reorder this. Full name? No, we don't need full name. Why do we need another full name? Let's go with first name. Contact fields. Where's the first name? Oh, user information, first name. There we go. All right, we'll go first name, email, phone number, website. Don't make any of them optional. You could do collect work email. Some people get all this stuff through work email, some people don't. I wouldn't collect work email first, but it depends on the type of leads that you get. If you don't have a good automation in place to follow up, then then you're not going to be able to find out. You'll just know how many people showed up to your webinar. You can do open rates. Um, Regular email is best. You can do optional and you can work email requires validation. That's going to make your lead cost super high though. So choose the which one you want. I like to make it easier rather than harder to start out and then iterate as they go. If you're as a B2B company getting leads, especially for a webinar, they're over $30, they're way too high. Like the cost is super high unless you're getting amazing people. But these on their form, I'm sure they're already super high. Um, that's it's probably tough. Too many questions to reduce your form submission rate, but we want to qualify them. You can also put website. A lot of times I like to put website up here. So you just put website. What's your website or company name? Or you could do something like company name, whatever. Company name. All right. And so that section is good to go. So then you'll put your privacy policy here. You don't need to put a custom disclaimer. Let's see, policy.com. All right. You can also just put your Facebook page here as well. Next. Then now you say, thanks, you're all set. One more thing. But what I like to do is, especially for the webinar, or one more thing, you could do like verify your phone. Your phone. We're sending you a quick text. A quick text to make sure we can send you the webinar link. You should receive it in the next 30 seconds. If not, complete the short form below. So this is for B2B. You don't need to use this as much for webinars, but if you're going to ask for all that information up front, you might as well text them immediately. If they give you all that information, they're going to verify something pretty quick. I'd even call these people. These leads don't cost so much. So um, what I like to do is put a link here to if they don't get the text, I'll put a link there and they can fill out another form. That's if for some reason the text doesn't go through. Otherwise, you can send them to a welcome video or an introduction video, or as, hey, as a bonus, you can have this other thing. in this case, it'll be go to the website, or you can give them a PDF of the events or the dates or whatever. Or you can say, hey, add it to your Gmail calendar, click the link below, and they'll go to the webinar and it'll automatically add it to their Gmail calendar. But this is a thank you page, so I would invite you to put something here that's meaningful. Just don't say thank you, we'll be sending you whatever. Like keep the engagement going. And since it is currently January 15th, you have a few weeks to get them to the webinar. So you want to have an email sequence in place so that you can follow up with them, or so that they will come to the webinar. Excuse me, I had a blank. I was thinking of something else. But they'll come to the webinar. If you email them today and then email them on the third, they're going to forget about the webinar. Then you'll send a replay and you want to watch it. But most people won't watch it. So you need to have a sequence of information. And there's enough, I mean, in these six different sessions, there's enough information that you can send them 10, 12, 14 emails, or probably one email a day until February 3rd. So they'll be more likely to show up. A lot of companies just miss the email part of it, or they think I'm going to send a one-time newsletter when the best companies in the world and the ones that are, making the most money are sending emails constantly. My email has hundreds of thousands of messages in it, because email is the highest converting platform, or email is the highest converting medium online. So, oh, we forgot the description right here. Where should we send the webinar link? You can do that. And that's if I ask for a website, where do I ask for a website? Company name, website. Put that here. So everything's filled out. Complete. All right. We'll create the form. All right, that is the SaaS form. We'd create these ads and put them in each ad set. We don't want, so we just duplicate the ads and put them in each ad set. We want campaign budget optimization. So you see right here, it's on campaign budget optimization, and the Facebook algorithm is going to choose which ad set to spend the most money. This particular one we did was for SaaS, but I'm already 45 minutes an hour in. I'm not gonna build any other ones for the other niches. But you can build one for SaaS, you can build one for local businesses, you could build one easily for marketing agencies. It's a virtual event, so you might focus on remote workers specifically, but in this case, those are a couple of things that I think will improve that campaign. Maybe next week, if anybody asks, then I can build like a lead gen campaign that's not a webinar, for B2B companies. For these, a good one would be like the best hiring tips, or how to guarantee that you hire the right person. That can bring in leads forever, even when you don't have a webinar. And they'll probably cost a little bit less if you give them like a handout or a tool or something like that. So that is all for this session. We have a full Facebook ads campaign up and ready to go. If you have any comments, questions, put them in the comments. I'll be doing more builds like this. If you have a specific build in a specific niche that you want to see, I will see if I can put in a lineup and build it for you. Thanks. Talk to you soon.